What's going on, guys? Just bear with me. I'm sharing out to a couple places. What's going on, guys? Bear with me. I am waiting to see where Jimmy is. Um, Supposed to be a 9 o'clock start tonight. I haven't heard anything from him, so I don't know if something has come up and maybe his fingers weren't working to send a email. I'm not sure. So we will give it a few minutes and see what happens. Hope everyone is having a good evening. All right, so I guess we can talk a little shop while we wait to see what might be the hang up with Jimmy. Like I said, I haven't received anything from him. He's seen the promotions all week. Um, I haven't heard if there was a problem or an issue. Um, he could be just running a little behind. What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Russell? Julie? What's up, everybody? So we'll do a little house cleaning. I just anyone that might be interested, I just posted the original pencils and original inks to my Do You Poo cover for BNS Comics and Marat Michaels. If you're interested in it, feel free to send me a PM. I did do a discounted price for the people that follow my page. If it doesn't sell there, I will put it on eBay, or I'll put it in one of the groups and sell it for a higher price, obviously. But that's posted up for sale. We just announced we did the cover reveal earlier today for my Vampirella vs. Purgatory #2 cover that'll be coming for BNS Comics and Dynamite Comics. We also announced that I'll be doing another cover for Dynamite for Red Sonja. I'm working on the pencils for that now. And of course, we do have another Hardly Thin cover coming for BNS Comics also. And then, of course, I'm working on the cover for Chris Hayes' next book, The Detour, another horror comic. So lots of stuff going on. And if everything goes well, we should have the announcement for another Image title in about a week or two, another Image title. And then, of course, hopefully in the next few days, we'll get to do the cover reveal for my exclusive for Gabe's Cave, which is Department of Truth, number 10, I believe. And for Image Comics, that art's already been done, approved, colored, and should be off the printer here soon. But we're just waiting on the go-ahead for us to be able to reveal that. And that cover is insanely cool. I cannot wait to show that cover. But yeah, I don't know if Jimmy could be running just a little behind. I know we had to move the show from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Just so he could be able to be here. So I don't know whether whatever he does in that time block could be holding him up. But I sent him an email prior to the show going live, and I sent him a message on Facebook also, which he doesn't check his Facebook very often. His email is usually the best place to get Jimmy. But hopefully we'll hear something here in a few minutes. Hopefully nothing's, of course nothing's happened or anything like that. But yeah, so lots of stuff coming up. Next week, actually Sunday I'll be opening the pre-show commission list for Huntsville, Alabama Comic-Con. That is next weekend. What is that? The 9th, 10th, and 11th. So I will do a pre-show commission list. Probably only 10 spots because I have to leave here next Thursday to drive to Huntsville. My youngest daughter is actually going with me. She's a big Supernaturals fan, and there's supposed to be a bunch of the Supernatural actors there that day or that weekend. So she wants to go do that. I believe I think this might be the first Comic-Con she's actually been to, I think. I think I took them to the Memphis Con or Mississippi Con or something once, but this would be like one of the biggest ones she's been to. So I'm super excited for her to get to do that. But I'll definitely do a pre-show commission list for that event. Like I said, I'll probably open it up. I'll make the post on Sunday. So if you're going to be at the Huntsville Comic-Con and you want a commission, that will be your best bet. I might do an at-show list. If I do, you're talking like, 5 spots or something, and there's no guarantee that it gets finished that day. So, if you don't want to risk, having to, worst case scenario, if something doesn't get finished at the show, I can always ship it out to the client. That's not a big deal. It's just I know most people that get commissions at con want to be able to pick them up at the con. So that's why I tell people the best thing to do is, do a pre-show commission list spot grab. That'd be your best bet. Hey, what's up, James? Yeah, we're just waiting. Jimmy hasn't logged on yet. I don't know if something has come up. I know the reason we had to move this to 9 p.m. Was because whatever he had going on prior to that, wouldn't allow him to be here at 8 p.m. So it could be whatever he was doing could be holding him over a little. So we'll give it here a little while longer, and hopefully he'll reply to his email or something and let me know what's up. So, but yeah, I'm trying to decide how many spots officially I'm going to do for that. Like I said, I'm sure it'll be like maybe 10 spots. Well, it's a 3-day event. No, yeah, I might have to. I can't. I was going to say I could probably do like maybe 15 or 20 spots, but that'd be pushing it because if I open the commission list for that event on Sunday, that will only give me Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday during the day to work on commission. So I'm going to have to keep it limited to like 8 or 10 spots because I want to make sure I have them done by Thursday evening at the latest. Because, some people won't show up till Saturday to pick up stuff. Some people may not show up till Sunday, but there'll be some people that'll show up, Friday the minute the doors open, wanting to pick up their commission. So you want to try to have them all done really before the show even starts. But yeah, so we'll do that. Oh man, I am tired. I'm so sorry about the delay, guys. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Like I said, whatever he was doing at the 8 o'clock time frame, maybe holding him over. So we'll definitely, give it a little while here longer and see what's up. Yeah, it is definitely a long day. So I guess while we're waiting, I guess we could talk about the upcoming shows. Hey, what's up, Danny? Yeah, we're waiting to see if we hear from Jimmy. He's not logged on yet, and he's not on Facebook or anything. So We're just waiting to see if he could be running behind or if there's a problem. Because I hadn't gotten an email saying there was anything that said he had to reschedule or anything like that. So, but like I said, whatever he was doing at the 8 o'clock range could be causing him to delay onto this. So we'll give him a little bit longer because sometimes, if you're doing other interviews or something, it goes over a little. But we'll give it just a little longer. But yeah, so if somebody wants the Do You Poo original pencils and original inks, they are posted for sale. Like I said, I've given you guys a discount. If it doesn't sell within, by tomorrow, I'm gonna share it to the groups and etc. And then the price will go up, a little. But yeah, so I've got to get that taken care of. Then I'll open the commission list on Sunday. There may be a small delay with the Do You Poo signings because I'm supposed to go meet Ray on Saturday to do those. But with the issue I'm having with my truck, the mechanic I talked to, Saturday is the only day he can get to it. Now, there's a possibility, he could get it knocked out really quick and everything be fine. And I can run down there after the fact and sign them Saturday afternoon, evening. Saturday, Sunday is, Easter. So a lot of, Ray's going to be tied up doing family stuff on Sunday. So worst case scenario, I may have to just, drive down there Saturday evening or, I don't know. I'll figure out something. Or worst case scenario, he'll have to put them in the mail and ship them to me. I mean, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not going to get all bent out of shape about it. I've got to take care of things I got to take care of. And, I was already going to be driving the majority of the distance to get to Hattiesburg to do the signing. Worst case scenario, if I can't run down there Saturday, he can throw them all in a box and ship them to me on Monday. And, and I can, or the Harley Thins, not the Do You Poo, sorry, the Harley Thin signing. Worst case scenario, he'll have to throw them in a box and ship them to me on Monday. And, and I'll get them at the end of the week and try to get them signed as soon as I get back from Huntsville and then ship them back to him. Well, I won't ship them back to him at that point. I'll just drive them down there to him. Or worst case scenario, no, I don't want to say that because that'd be 2 weeks, because I won't be here next weekend. So yeah, that's what I have to do. Worst case scenario, he'll have to throw them in a box and ship them to me, and I'll get them signed and everything, and then I'll drive them back down there to him as soon as I'm done. That way we can not have to worry about doing the mail route the second time. So we'll do that worst case scenario, but I'm hoping that, maybe Duke can get this handled and then jump back over. So there's just a little housekeeping for you. Still no answer. So I apologize, guys. I don't know what has come up or what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. Like I said, he's not active on Facebook right now. And I haven't heard anything from him all week about needing to reschedule or cancel. So we shall see. We shall see. One thing I have noticed, I think it's kind of hilarious how some people have started doing these interview things like I do, and they decided they wanted to do them on the night I was doing them. That's kind of funny. So I guess, man, I really hate that, guys. I don't know what has happened. Let me see if, because I don't want to, No, go ahead, man. Link away. Yeah, for those that don't know, Russell's got a Kickstarter going that's really cool. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. if he's Jimmy, something may have happened, man. I hope he's okay, because Jimmy's those type. Jimmy's. I don't think Jimmy's the type of person that would just leave people standing. If he's not here, I think something must have come up. So, something happened. I hope everything's okay. I'm gonna give it just a couple more minutes, and if he doesn't, jump in, or if I don't get some kind of message, we'll just bring on a replacement guest, and we will chat with them for the remainder of the show. Because I definitely want you guys to be able to hear from somebody. Like I said, I don't think Jimmy's. I don't know Jimmy personally, but I don't think Jimmy's the type of professional, who would. Leave an audience standing. So I hope he's okay. I hope nothing bad has come up, because, like I said, I've not heard from him. About having to reschedule, or that's having to cancel. So. All right. Why did I just hear a beep sound? What was that? That was weird. What was that beep sound? Oh, I think that was Facebook. Okay, all right. So I just talked to someone that's going to jump on and do the show with me. So that way we'll talk about his upcoming book. Bear with me a second. And again, guys, I am so sorry. Like I said, I haven't heard anything from him. As far as I know, everything was fine. So I don't know if something has, like I said, if something has happened. All right, so I just sent it. So we're gonna bring on. Bring on Chris. We're gonna bring on Chris Hayes. He's got a new book. So yeah. So guys, I apologize, man. I am so sorry. Jimmy Reyes was confirmed for tonight. We moved the show from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Because he couldn't do 8 p.m. So, like I said, I don't know if something has come up. Something has happened or what. So we're going to talk to Mr. Chris Hayes.
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
What is going on? Just using me as fill-in, huh?
Yeah, I figured out, who can I think of that's got a project going on right now or about to start? And thank you so much, Chris, for jumping on and chatting with me. Jimmy Reyes was confirmed for tonight, and I haven't heard anything from him. No cancellation, no reschedule, and so I don't know. And I don't know him personally, but I don't think he's the type of person that would do that. So I'm hoping nothing has happened, but. I just didn't want to leave the show with me. Everybody hears me ramble enough as it is. So.
4 or 5 times daily, yeah. We can just turn this into a creator show like you have. We could have a lot of fun with this. When was I on with you? About 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And so none of your viewers want to see me again. You mentioned me because I get on and give you crap during your live views. So I'm probably the last person that these guys want to see tonight. But hey, you're trying to figure out who doesn't have a life, who's probably sitting there bored in front of their computer, and you pick me, right?
Yeah, I just had to go with who I thought was just sitting around working up crazy ideas. That's all it was.
Yeah, I was actually paying bills. Let's be honest. You know what I was doing? I was cussing because I got this nice pink letter in from the tollway authority for like $500, and I was like, I don't even have that vehicle. That's not even my car, but it's all addressed to me. So I'll be making a trip to them tomorrow. So yeah.
But if it's addressed to you though, I mean, it doesn't have your name on it though, does it?
Oh yeah, it's got my name on it, but I don't have that vehicle. I have nothing. That vehicle that's on there is not even. I don't. Anyway, hey Julie, how you doing?
Holy crap! I still haven't gotten a bill from them yet.
Oh, you will. It's coming.
Now I'm scared to death if you're getting a $500 bill.
Okay, but it shows that is back from December 27th to February 26th, and somebody's just having a hell of a time driving all over the toll road.
No lie. Well, like I said, definitely thank you so much for coming on, man. And of course, I'm laying pencils right now on your new Kickstarter that'll be starting soon, the Detour. So without giving too much information, kind of give everybody a little idea of about what this one's going to be loose.
It's set in the 80s. Every story, if you've read my stories, some of them kind of tie together a little bit. I know you and I talked a little bit earlier on the phone today. I told you what's coming up after this project, and there's a reason why there's this project. So, yeah, it's set in the 80s. There's a couple, Brian and Lisa, are taking a trip from Arkansas, Louisiana, and they see a big sign on the side of the road that said freshly picked fruit. They want to pull off, go down this long dirt road because they just want a snack. And, it's one of those probably shouldn't have taken that turn. They run into things that they probably shouldn't. So it's a two-issue series. Issue 1 will be the build-up for what's going to happen in issue 2. Ken Salinas, how you doing? And issue number 2 is going to be more of your 80s horror theme. If you remember the 80s movies, I love how you said them earlier. You call them the Godfather, what did you call them? The something four, the Four Horsemen of the 80s. Yep. There you go. Yep. I'm going to have a little homage. I'm going to have a little homage in this to all 4 of them. So you're doing a cover on it. Ken Salinas did a cover. My son did a cover. Ryan Palmer knocked out an awesome little cover, kind of an Alfred Hitchcock style cover that we revealed today. Tony Rodriguez is doing a cover. Rob Broussard's doing a cover. DJ Hall's got a cover coming. I'm sure McLean's going to throw a cover out. Interiors are by Joseph Scott, who knocked out the Ferryman for us. So I'm pretty, and they're already drawing it now. So I'm pretty happy with this one. I love how issue 1 ended. There's a little twist at the end, as I always leave them. Some people have gotten on to me for leaving the cliffhangers. Alan, how are you?
Hey, Alan.
But the cliffhangers that's what makes you want to come back for more.
Yep. Yeah, I'm super excited about the next one. Me being such a massive 80s horror fan guy, or 80s in general, really. There's just, in my opinion, I don't think there was a decade like it. But for entertainment and everything. Hey, what's up, Robert? I'm super excited, man. I cannot wait to get on that, which I'm actually in. Like, I'm kind of stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit with this cover that I'm laying pencils on today. A little bit. I mean, not a lot, because it's not about like a ton of like crazy background stuff and things like that. So me working this idea with this person, and then the background being this simple, just. What's the word I'm looking for when it's just scenery? Crap. I can't remember what it's called when it's done with art. But anyway, with the background being that, where it's just like an environment of just it's meant to kind of be like a calm setting, and just to give that kind of like loneliness feel out in the middle of nowhere. And I think it's coming across that way. What's up, McLean? But yeah, I'm super excited about the next one. I can't wait to get into the slasher part stuff of it.
Sorry, man. My camera sucks on this laptop, so I know I got a webcam somewhere, but Cole could have taken it for his streaming and threw it in his room. That's probably what happened.
He probably got it for his fans only page.
His OnlyFans page, yeah, farmersonly.com. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I'm pretty excited about that. McLean's on here. Man, I love that guy to death. You guys, how you always talk about how we're starting to travel along the con scene now together. Yep. Boy, over the last, between yesterday and today, we got a list coming up of cons. Yes. I mean, holy moly, they're starting to hit. So yep. I think I was talking to McLean today, and it was like 5 weeks in a row coming up from, September and October. And I was like, oh, damn, we're not going to sleep at all on these weekends, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to be honest. You had McLean on last week, right, on your interview. And, man, I know I did, and I know I talked to Ken, and they did. That has been the best and that I have seen on an interview. Your shows are good. They're fun. David's been on. Ken's been on. They're great. Man, you guys had me teared up at one point. He's talking about his past and his life, and I just know the guy and how humble he is. You're talking about some of your stuff, and, I was glued to that the whole 2 hours. I was usually working, kind of writing a little bit. I just stopped and closed everything, and I just watched that thing, and I was just amazed on how humble both you guys were. So, yeah, I really enjoyed last week. All your shows are a lot of fun. I'm glad you do this.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
So, and again, it's pretty sad that you had to get me on for a second time. Let's put that way.
Which I'm planning to bring you on anyway, because I want us to talk. I was going to get with you about that. I was wanting to kind of chat with you. What I'm thinking about for next week's show. Oh shit! I won't be here for next week's show. Damn, I'll be in Houston. In Huntsville, Alabama. I'll be in Huntsville with my youngest daughter for that con. So what I'll do is I'll plan for the week after that. So I'll get with you about that, because what I'm thinking for that one is, I've had all you guys on here individually. So I'm thinking about doing a show where, we have you and McLean and Ken and, David and pretty much anyone who's doing covers or have their hand in the mix with the Detour. So that'd be kind of cool to have the whole Detour people chatting about, indie projects. What's up, Steve? And, talking about, handling projects with multiple artists and multiple covers and, kind of giving people some feedback on how that is to deal with, with a project that's got, 4 or 5 different artists doing stuff and it's actual creative stuff and not tits and ass.
Speaking of tits and ass, Ken threw up Ladies of the Night, right? We threw out that cover, the cosplay cover the other day. I don't know if you're going to be able to top that. That's like Miss America gone wrong. Right?
Yeah, right? I'm not putting on a dress unless I'm getting paid big time. So
careful, because I can start a GoFundMe.
Hey, dude, you start a GoFundMe, I'll put on a dress.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey, McLean, this is nasty shit. This is disgusting, right? I don't know how you do it. I'm trying.
I haven't tried that one yet. I drink Diet Dr. Pepper now, but I only drink it like once a day for breakfast.
I shouldn't be drinking any soda. I'm trying to drop down. I got to, for that cosplay cover, I was about 40 pounds lighter. COVID's done me in, so I'm trying to drop about 40 pounds. So we get on this con scene. I got to be looking good out there. There's groupies and all that. So
that's right. Stalkers.
There's stalkers out there.
So what do we have coming up then that we can kind of just chat about? We've got what is the next? The next show is it Oklahoma?
Yes. Right. Yeah, we're in like 4 weeks. There's going to be something in April. I think McLean's putting together something for April, but we've got May.
Before I forget, I'm so sorry.
Oh, there wasn't. I know May 15th. You're coming with us to Ardmore, and then right after Ardmore, man, that's May. We got something, a couple in June, Cowtown in July. He's planning something in August. There's a bunch of one-day shows coming up. And then I know when we hit September, it's just like we're going nonstop. We're going to be somewhere together. every weekend pretty much. So at that point, you should probably go ahead and move to Texas, just down the street. That way you're here, the way I look at it, with the rest of us coming up here, or just move out temporarily and move here for about 2 months.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just go and and squat in one of those houses she's trying to sell. I'll just do that. And,
oh yeah, the squatting house. You're gonna be one of those guys.
Yeah. Did you guys get a chance yet? I know McLean said he was hopefully going to know something by tomorrow. Did you guys ever hear back about
for Brittany?
For who?
For Brittany, Grand Island?
No, not that one. I know you guys are committed to that one, but the Northwest Arkansas Comic-Con, the one.
I don't think we're doing that because we were committed to a one-day show in Tyler that same weekend. Or no, I'm sorry, okay. Tyler, Amarillo. We're in Amarillo for I don't know if it's a one-day show or a two-day show. It was on the schedule, and I was like, he was going to bring that up to you, I believe. It's going to be a long drive because Amarillo's 5 hours from here, and it's straight west. It's in the panhandle of Texas, so it's a haul.
Oh, gotcha.
But it's a big show, apparently, and I can't remember if it's a one-day or two-day. McLean will have to let us know. Yeah. But he's right. He's talking about, we're in that Ardmore feed on Facebook Messenger with everybody going.
Yeah.
He said tomorrow he's going to be building feeds for every con and asking who wants in. This is table price. This is how, with our whole group of about 10 people. So
yeah, let me know, because wherever you guys are going, you guys have done more of these shows than I have on that end especially. Let me know which ones you guys are that you guys think are worth doing, and just count me in for it. I think I am going to have to start doing 2 tables though. I think I'm definitely going to have to start doing 2 tables and
you keep doing these exclusives. You are. I mean, let's turn this around on you for a little bit. Look at your exclusives that you knocked out lately. All right, you got your Harley Benz coming out. I'm gonna show you something real quick. Can't show everybody else, but let me get this over to you and let me get you tingling real quick.
Okay.
McLean did this for you earlier, and I already showed Marty. We can't reveal it yet, but you're gonna like this. Let's check that out. Yeah, this is all McLean's work, right?
What did you say? So, Messenger? Okay, let me look.
Oh yeah. I want you to look at that, and I just want to see your face, and you're like, oh man.
Oh hell yeah, that's cool. Dude, that is badass.
Yeah, Marty liked it too. So I think I'm supposed to talk to Marty tomorrow. But that book comes out in June, so. You're probably going to wait that Department of Truth number 10 hits in June. Yeah, we looked it up. So when you're looking at, oh man, he does an amazing job. If he drops the ball on there, pick up the slack.
When do you think we might be able to start promoting it?
That's going to be up to Marty. He may be on here. I don't know, but I'm going to call him tomorrow and just see when he wants to announce it. Image, I think, is okay with it because they literally told me that Ken knocked out HaHa number 6 for us.
Yeah. And
it got approved yesterday, and I got the email that says you can start promoting for pre-sale. So I'm sure yours is ready to go for pre-sale as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Marty's ready to pull the trigger because it's still so far out. Yeah. Even though you're dying to show the cover, and especially what he did on that banner and the way he puts the covers in.
Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll chat with Marty tomorrow too, because I still got to figure out. I still got to talk to Marty and figure out how many copies, because he's wanting to give some of those copies away also on Gabe's Cave. Mm-hmm. So I've got to talk to him and figure out what ratio he's wanting to do, that we're going to get to sell these, or he's going to sell these and then he's going to do these as a giveaway. And so I still got to get with him on that. And he did me solid, man. He covered the cost to pay the colorist, and I told him I would do the cover at no charge on this one, and he's giving me like 75 comp books of the book. So, dude, I'm super happy with it. I mean, especially, and I appreciate you helping out with it too. Definitely thank you for that.
Well, look real quick what you just said. You're getting 70 to 75 comps, right?
Yeah.
You know what you're doing. You could take a couple $100 up front, Or you take those books and you sell them at your table for $15 or $20 each, which you will make. And when people see this cover, they're going to be like, oh my God, I've got to have it. I've got to have it.
I cannot wait to show
people.
I'm sorry. There's only been one cover on Department of, and I know this sounds egotistical or whatever, but I'm pretty fair about judging my shit. If I don't like it, I don't like it. But out of all the covers I've seen for Department of Truth, I think this is probably the best one, if not at least number 2.
Yeah, it's good. Man, it's good. It's creepy. It brings it back to what you do best. Let's be honest. I mean, you're a horror guy. So HORROR for people listening. My accent's not the best on that. But
yeah, Ken, I got you. I'll trade you, man. Don't worry. I got one. I'm saving a copy for Chris and everybody else. So
yeah, I've got to have that. I was able to get your poo book. I love that. And then everything else you posted on the claims, I was able to jump in and get those. But hey, I see Mike joined us, Henson. He real quick, he started his Kickstarter today on his Disputed Territory, his trade paperback. He's almost funded. I mean, I think he's like $100 away from funding already today, and this thing is awesome. The work that he puts in on that, he needs to get with you and let you do a cover for him on that. I think he's going on number 6 right now. That his story will be at number 6 when his Kickstarter ends.
Oh, okay.
But this thing's going to be infinite. So I think he's about 20-something issues.
Michael, make sure to put your link in this video, please, for that Kickstarter. And guys, if you're one of my followers and you're not following each of these guys, you're missing out. I mean, they're all doing really good stuff. They're all doing really interesting stuff. So make sure you guys check it out. But yeah, Michael, put your link here to your Kickstarter too, please.
We need our own church. You ever thought about that? We need our own church. I don't know another group besides maybe I'm gonna be honest. Besides the guys at Scott's Collectibles that we're friends with, you're talking Alan Quall, Ian Hook, Kel, I mean, big name that support each other and promote each other like our whole group does, and like your guys do. I mean, you're talking Mike, Ken, Cole, McLean. I mean, DJ, that whole group, Lisa. How everybody, if you post something, we're all liking and boom, sharing. Mike posts something, we're all liking and sharing. You just don't see that in a group of people, because really what we talked about the other day, or you talked about, was it with David, I think, or you talked about with Ken? It's everybody's doing this, right?
Yeah, there's no point.
No, they're like, hey, William Russell, he's putting out a cover. Well, I've got a cover too. Ken could have been like, hey, we both did a Department of Truth. But you're promoting each other's stuff. You're not fighting against each other. You're like, hey, the industry's better when you promote each other. And to me, that's what it's about.
Yeah, I completely agree. There's no point in the butting heads. There's no point in the slander. There's no point in the petty bullshit. This isn't pre-social media days anymore. You're not trying to scrounge just to get a meal. You're not trying to beat out the competition to get a job at DC or Marvel or a couple of those other small companies that were here in the 90s and pre. There's no point. Everybody can share each other's stuff. Everybody can support. You may not be able to financially do it, but you can still share it. It makes zero sense to me with the petty bullshit.
There it is right there. You said it. A lot of people, just because of the times right now, there's a lot of people struggling, right?
Yep.
Brittany, how are you? There's a lot of people struggling. And a lot of people can't. There's people that follow you that are like, oh my God, that William Russell book, I would love to get it. But if I were to order a $20 book or a $25 book, that's also right now, that's diapers for my baby right now, right?
Gas money to go to work.
But what do? They share it.
Yep.
There you go. That's gold. That's gold to a creator and artist. Is somebody sharing your feed, sharing your work on a page that puts more eyes on it. So right now, that's just as good as anything.
Yeah, I mean, and that's definitely what it's about. I mean, there's like there's been like people have come to me wanting portrait stuff, and I don't really have time for it right now, and I'll send them to David. People come to me and they're asking for anime stuff, and I'll send them to one of the other artists that does more anime-ish style art, and and I'm like, why should if I'm not going to do the art, why does it need to die with me? Send it over to someone else to do the work. You know, I've had people come to me, hey, do you got time to do a cover? I was like, no, dude, I don't. But, man, there's tons of artists on my friends list, man. Send them a PM. They might have time to do it. You know, or if someone comes to me wanting, you know, a TNA cover that's kind of, you know, a bit more hustler cover than powerful, sexy, I'll send them to, you know, I'll say check with the other artists. I don't know
Send
why
them
some
to
people
me.
feel
I'll
that.
dress up. You've seen it.
Yeah,
I got the cover.
You put on the dress and
There's no shame in my game, as McLean says. You know, you got to make a living.
there you go.
I got to do what I got to do.
But yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like when I sit back and I watch at these cons, you don't really ever see a group of artists and creators under one like label, so to speak. You know, you might see the ones that are kind of attached to a certain exclusive store, and they're there at that event, so they're wearing their shirt. But yeah, that's pretty damn cool. If you guys like, if we all had like the same like a banner that was, you know, that had to do with our group of people. Because what is it, about 10 of us?
Yeah, it's growing. But it's because everybody wants to support, you know? And like I said, Matthew Brown, great guy. We had him in store. He set up with Cole. And what did he do? He's like, hey, and you know, even Fred, they're like, hey, guys, you know, we know we're getting started. If you guys don't mind, we'd like to tag along to cons and start. Well, sure. You know, McLean's like, yeah, sure, why not? It's about the artists and the creators promoting each other. And that whole group works together.
Yep.
And what's all of our sayings? There's room at the table for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? There's always a chair to pull up, the way we look at it. So, because if you start pushing people away, now you screw up and you do something stupid, and you know you want to hurt the group. Then yeah, but we don't have drama. We don't have any of that. I mean, the only thing we really do is make fun of Ken. But I mean, that's it. He takes it. He's a big boy when he stands up on that stool behind his table.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
he knows.
He's good to go.
He's good to go.
Yeah, and I mean, and the same thing goes for, like, you know, especially with you know, Robert Lawson and Steve Spearman and BNS Comics. Dude, they've been some of the damn funnest people I've worked with. Like, freaking damn Robert is on top of the shit like every second. You know, I've worked with people where, you know, stuff, you know, got posted and then it didn't get promoted, or you know, claims were happening on stuff and the person wasn't, you know, watching the claims and stuff like that. I'm like, just beating my head against the wall because I'm having to do it. And I'm like, this isn't my job technically, but okay, I'll do it. And I'll sit here and babysit. I haven't had to do any of that with them. So, I mean, that's what I like about them. They have the same kind of mentality that we have. You know, the same with like Marty and them, and the way they have that, you know, like kind of like balls out 100 miles an hour, you know, way of doing things. And, you know, I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to do it 20 minutes from now. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the way everybody in this group operates too. Everybody's got that mentality. Let me do this right now. You know, not, oh, I'll get to it later mentality, you know? And I think that's why we tend to click really well is everybody's got that same hustle mentality to get it done and get it done now. That
we want to see everybody succeed, right? So when you get that cover for Image, right, and you're doing these exclusives with Steve and Brittany, and you know we're all, you know, patting you on the back. It's amazing, right? I mean, what is it? We're in the groups, right? So Ken's the first one. Sometimes, hey, awesome job, congratulations, Ken. You know, we watched his video. He got an exclusive, right? His first exclusive with Image that he did, and you're right there. Awesome, man. Good job. Right when you're working on yours, and to me, that's kind of a gratification part, is watching everybody succeed. I mean, because guess what? We all came from the bottom, right? I mean, and it's not an industry that you're just going to shoot up and be at the top, right? It's not going to happen overnight. So if you've got a support group around you that everybody's sharing, everybody wants to see you succeed, then to me, that's the group of people you want to be around. Because you can get picked up by that group, you know, as you sit at their table. but do they have your best interest at heart, or are you just sitting at their table because you're bringing some dollars to them?
Yep.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, because the sad thing is like, dude, like even I look at my page sometimes, man, and it's so kind of, there's part of me that goes, whatever, and then there's part of me that goes, man, that's kind of heartbreaking, because I sit and look at my friends list, and I see the amount of other artists that are on my page that are both in the same lane as we are,
Mm-hmm.
and then people that are way up here with their popularity, and I sit here and I watch and I look and I'm like, it's amazing how they won't ever say congratulations. They won't ever say awesome job. They don't even bother to hit the like button. Like I said, let alone comment of congratulations. But yet you'll sit there and watch them when these folks up here that are like really popular. They don't waste their time congratulating us low end people, but yet they'll bounce back and forth from each other's posts, giving each other a back rub. And I'm like, that's kind of messed up. And, I'm sitting here looking at how we do things, and it doesn't matter whether you guys, like I've watched you guys comment on other people's stuff, and I've done it myself too. And those people don't have a cover necessarily yet. They've probably just been doing this less than a year, and we're over here talking about this person and that person and sharing out their content. I mean, like Ariel Diaz is a good example. I mean, I've she's been doing this for about a year now, and we've all mentioned her to other people, and we spread her name around, and she's done the exact same for some of us, and including purchasing some of our art and stuff too. And and I think that's badass, and I think it's a way it ought to be. And as someone who is starting to get into the scene a little more by doing exclusives for Image Comics and Marat Michaels and all these indie covers, I understand what I've went through in the 3.5 years I've been doing this to get to here. I mean, why? I mean, that's kind of weird if I just didn't say congratulations to someone that's new. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's so weird to be the person that's kind of paving the way, so to speak. And I know I'm not anybody to be anything, but I'm just saying that, I've got 3 years invested. I've got like what is it, 13, 15 covers that are published and on the way. I mean, that does someone who hasn't done anything yet a lot of good to hear you say, "Oh, that looks badass," or "Congratulations." I don't understand why some of the other artists, again, that petty, well, it's not my cover, I don't care, but yet then they'll kiss each other's ass up here on this level, knowing that they don't give a shit about one another, because it's like,
What's up, Brandon? Thanks, Brittany. We'll be meeting you soon. We're looking forward to it. But you know what? And here's our group and everybody watching your show. None of us are above any of us.
Exactly.
And it goes back to we all want to see each other succeed. Just like anybody, right? Brittany and Steve can have a guy walk in their store tomorrow. Just like we had a guy walk in our store. Super nice guy. And he's walked in. He's writing his own comic. And he starts telling me about it. And he's just explaining to me, he's like, look, he said, look, you've written some books. I know. I want to pick your brain. Sure. Go ahead.
Yep.
Why? I don't have anything to hide. Why? Just like McLean says, I've got some information. I'm not a Donnie Cates. I'll never be there, right? That's not my name. I'm fine with that. I don't need to be a super high level, Marvel writer to have fun in this industry. It would be fun, yeah. Eventually, if you ever get picked up, I think that'd be fun. Yeah. But the odds of me doing that is, I don't look at it that way. That's not what I strive to do. But this guy comes in, and the way I look at it is, this guy comes in, he starts saying he's got an editor. We hired out this editor, and of course, my first mind is, why'd you hire an editor? First off, why'd you hire an editor? He's like, well, he was new, he didn't know. And I said, okay, this is what I would do, because this is what was taught to me from McLean. And good Lord, everybody should listen to that man, because he's not going to give you bad advice, and he's going to tell you how it is, and he's going to make you succeed. So I just explained to him, I said, he's like, well, my editor wants me to get a big name for a cover, so I've got a lot of money set aside. I'm like, why? And he's like, well, the big name sells the book.
No, quality art sells the book.
There you go. I said, you don't need that big superstar name to sell issue number 1 on the cover. Look, and I'm just saying, I've had Alan Paul do my first ever cover. I paid money. I love it. The cover sold the book. Love the guy to death. Right. And anything I post, he likes. He'll jump on and say hello. He'll say happy birthday. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. He's humble.
Yeah,
he's a DC and Marvel artist. But and you too. And he's been on our shows, right? He jumps in on Tuesday night and says hello. But he's humble. He knows his beginnings, where he came from. He doesn't act like he's above anybody else, just like Kale doesn't, just like Inhook. All these guys don't. And I told him, I said, we have a slew of cover artists that you can get to do an amazing cover for your book. And that included David, you, and DJ, Ken. I started listing all the guys I've done. I mean, I said Jay Ferguson. I said, look, there's a bunch of guys you can use. You don't need a superstar Clayton Crane name. And I get it. I go, if you want to spend $1,000, that's on you. I'm not telling you. But you want to sell your book, get it out there. I said, I've got some information for you. Next thing I know, he's taking the list to everybody. Well, I know he's going to come out and talk to some of you guys. I don't know who, but he said, he came in today. I popped in the store. He came in with his son. One, his son wants to volunteer at Cowtown Comic Con. And 2, he was like, I just want you to know I'm taking your advice. Talk to the editor. He said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go with what you said. I'm going to put a little more money into the interior artwork and be able to do more than spending all my budget, all my money on one cover. And I told him, multiple covers are good. People love multiple covers, and they're a lot of fun. So, but then again, guess what? This guy's book may be successful. This guy may be the next Donnie Cates. I don't know, right? But he came in asking for advice, and I'm going to give it to him. And I said, there's a whole slew of us you can go to. You can ask questions. I said, you need a letterer? I got one. You got an editor? You need an editor? I have one, even though you have one. We have editors. You need colorists? We have them. You need cover artists? We have 15 of them, right? And it's not a we thing. When I say we, it's you. It's McLean, Ken, that whole group of people. I said, everybody. I said, you want somebody to do variant covers? We have the people in the group that'll do covers for you, do great work, and that will sell your book for you. Yep. And he's taking that advice. So hopefully he does that, But again, I look at that as you give a new creator advice. That new creator may be picking up the phone, calling you tomorrow and say, hey, William Russell, you want to do a cover for me? I'll pay you $400. And you're like, what do you want? Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. So that's the way we look at it. He may pick up the phone, call McLean, and say, hey, would you mind lettering my book for me? This is my budget. McLean's going to be like, sure, because he wants to work on another book.
Yeah, exactly. And the same thing, goes with like the artist. I've had people send me PMs asking about the tools that they've seen me use on videos, or asking me in general, what do I do about, this type of materials or that type of materials, or what works best. And I just tell them, it's again, like, that's one of the weird things for me is the people that act like that this is some insane competition, and you got to sit on all these super secrets, or it's just ridiculous. It takes nothing to be kind. It takes nothing to be helpful. And like you said, that could be someone down the road that might need you for something and return the favor, or not need you for something, but need something done, and they contact you to return the favor when they could have went to anyone else.
There you go. To me, it all comes back around. And Mike saying it. Mike was set up in our store Saturday. They had a good crowd come out and see him, but that gentleman came up super excited. He drove up the store to meet Mike because he knew Mike was a creator. Mike wrote his own book, and he was talking to Mike. So him and Mike had a 30-minute conversation. And then Mike, actually, I heard him point out that, hey, this guy pointed at me. Hey, he's written books too. He runs the store. Come see him sometime. And he came in and asked questions. But Mike's right. He was so excited about his book. He sent me the script, and I've read over it. It's really good. It's got a lot of detail in there. I think whoever does his covers for him, they're going to have a lot of fun with it, and I think the guy's onto something. But there you go again, right? It's a guy that just walked in. Nobody knows. And again, this guy in 3 or 4 months, what if his book explodes? Yep. And all of a sudden, he's the next big image writer. And he remembers you doing a cover for him, or David doing a cover for him, or McLean lettering his book. And all of a sudden he picks up the phone. He's like, hey guys, I got a project for y'all. I'm at Image now. They want me to do this. Would you like to do this for me? It only takes that one guy. Yep. So it could be anybody off the street.
Yeah, and you need to remember who the hell helps you.
Mm-hmm.
You need to remember that, because, you know, without dropping any names, you know, I did 2 exclusives several months back for a book that was kind of being promoted from comic shop to comic shop, first print number 1s and number 2s, and I pushed the living hell out of my covers. Matter of fact, out of all the covers that were done, my covers were the ones that sold the most, if I remember correctly. But that it wasn't necessarily because the art was better. Well, yeah, it was. Whatever, fuck it. It was better than those. I don't give a shit. But it was also because of my followers and all the people that support me. That book sold extremely well. And it got a lot of eyes on it, making it do really well. And then all of a sudden it goes from one publisher over to another one for this new publisher, and now they decided to, you know, re-release number 1 and number 2, and they're promoting the living hell out of it, and yet they're pretending like ours didn't matter. And, you know, and I asked them about that one day. I was like, dude, it's like, you know, because first off, you know, they were supposed to have me in their store to do a signing for some of that, and they didn't bother to promote me for an entire month. And it came almost time for it, and then they wanted to reschedule. And I was like, okay, that's fine, because now something did come up, and a thing did happen, and I understood that, and that's why now, for me, it felt a little weird why the rest of the people that ran the store couldn't promote it, but okay, fine, I get it. I understand that. But then they rescheduled, and it went 2.5 weeks into the reschedule, and they still hadn't promoted me once. So I called and canceled. I was like, I'm not going to be able to come. But then, you know, this whole redo of the number 1 and number 2, and then pretending like the other number 1 and number 2 didn't matter. And I sent him a message about it one day as he was promoting the artists who had done these new number 1s and number 2s. Now, bear in mind, he didn't bother to come to us and ask myself and the retailer who did the first 1 and 2, and put up with a lot of bullshit because of the printing problems and stuff, and et cetera, and lateness. And they didn't bother to ask us, you know, if we were willing to do one. So fine, whatever. We didn't say shit. And then as they started putting all the artist names for that had done the 1 and 2 as they promoted, I was like, hey, dude, what about, you know, the ones that were here first, the ones that paved the way for what you're doing now? Well, you know, this is just about the ones that are going direct to, what's the damn monthly book y'all order from? Previews. Thank you. And I was like, okay, I get that, but it still doesn't hurt to kind of throw our names out there. I mean, we did do the work first, you know, and he was like, well, you know, it's just this. And I was like, okay, whatever, dude. So, you know, again, remember who helps you with shit. You know, who does shit dirt cheap and promotes the living hell out of shit. And because then he decided on my Facebook page, my art group page, he wanted to share the new number 1s and number 2s. And I delete, you know, and I blocked it and told him, like, hey, do me a favor, don't share that to my page. Oh, well, you know, I was just trying to promote the book you helped work on. I was like, well, according to you, we didn't really have anything to do with that book. So, you know, I'm not going to promote it to my followers. I didn't do the cover. Why the fuck am I promoting it to my followers?
Right.
You know, I mean, you made it pretty clear that, you know, this is a whole new thing and it's got nothing to do with us. So, but like the point of that is, I'm just saying people need to remember who the hell busts their ass for them, who puts, you know, their projects before other people. You need to remember that because it'll come back and bite you on the ass. The same way with being helpful to people. You need to remember to do that.
Yeah, because that, again, that's McLean's right. That's a shame because you're right. You know, it's both ways. It's going to come around and bite you if you push people to the side, and then at the same time, by promoting and doing good things for good people or for anybody, that's going to come back around too. You know, karma catches up, good or bad, it's going to catch up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Definitely believe in it. You got to be. It takes nothing to be good. I mean, I again, but so all right. So we got. So what all projects are going on? Like, when does your Kickstarter kick off? When is it?
don't know yet. We haven't
Oh,
we
okay.
haven't launched that yet. You know, I got this guy that does some stuff for me. I don't even know if he started on it. He works on other people's stuff before he gets to mine. So it's Kid McLean. I'm kidding. He'll come through the deal. But no, that guy's so busy. I don't know how he sleeps, man. There's stuff on your show that he was talking about last week on projects that he does. He didn't list all the crap he works on. I know he did a super secret, and he didn't tell me what it is. But when I talked to him the other day, he was working on a project on a certain bigger name, and that's all I heard about it. And he's like, "That's all I can tell you." I said, "Okay," you know. And I'm like, "Damn, man, okay." I mean, he's just getting call after call after call, which is awesome because guess what? You're starting to get call after call after call.
Yeah.
Ken's
That's
getting those
definitely a good
calls
problem
now.
to have.
Mike's starting to do more work. That's what you want to see is people staying busy. Yeah. So as far as the Kickstarter, we haven't started building it. I think they're in the first. They're still starting to draw the first 5 pages right now. The pencils are down. We had to wait for Joseph. He's in Ohio, so with his job and everything, we didn't. His work on the ferryman, we talked about it. Me and McLean did. You know, McLean's my project manager for everything.
Yeah.
And we're just like Jeff. Jeff came off the Mortician and did an amazing cover for us. And we're our interiors, and we're like, all right, we're going to use. You know, we're going back to Joseph. That's who we wanted for this one.
Yeah.
And then, so once we get about 10 interior pages done and colored by Matt, then we'll start building the Kickstarter and launch it because pretty soon then we know it's 22 pages. We're not far away. So I'm thinking this book right now, what we in? We're 1st of April. This book should be out by end of May. It's written, it's ready to go. Book should be out by the end of May. In July, right before Cowtown, Detour number 2 will hit the shelves. And we're going to have, I'll tell you this, it's already been picked up by Big Time Collectibles to have an exclusive done for Cowtown on this one.
Nice.
Which shocked me when I heard, what they wanted to do. They called me and I was like, sure, let's go. I had another company, Scorpion, reach out. They've done exclusives with Peach Momoka on my Ferryman book. They've used David Sanchez on my Ferryman book. He did that Santa Fun cover. That Santa Fun cover of the Mortician.
Yeah.
You remember they had that creepy feet that were all burn looking?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that was what. Well, we had 4 covers on the Mortician. We had yours, we had Ken's, and then Santa Fun did one as well. So, so Scorpion did one exclusive there. So they want to do one on the Detour there.
Nice.
When we were at Houston, the owner of Zobi came up and talked to me again. He wants to go back and start doing exclusives. So when he does that, he picks artists. He's like, hey, who do we want to use? Like we've used David, we've used Ken. We'll use you. We'll use Mike. He wants to use artists on these horror books because they put them in their fright box. They order 600 of these things. Oh, wow. So like issue 1 of the Detour, they'll order 600, and it's a special exclusive Zobi cover you can only get in that box.
Oh, cool.
That's really cool. I think Ken's doing some exclusives, not with my books, but he's doing exclusive prints he's done for Zobi. And I think he's doing something for Bambox as well. I think you get on his website and look, but that's really cool. Brittany wants to do something. You're more than welcome to. There's an exclusive cover available, and here it is. You want to do stuff with my books? I'll be honest. I'm not the publishers that say, okay, well, I'm charging you $10 a book. No, all you're doing is helping me by helping get the book out in front of more eyes. So, it's not an expensive project at all. And there's some good names that work on these things. But yeah, so you got the Detour coming out. We're going to have exclusives. We got your cover, like I said. I'll have about 7 covers for the Kickstarter. And then we're going to get right into Detour 2. That'll be launched in right during Cowtown in July. And man, right after that, we got a 3-issue set called Until It Sleeps. That one gives me chills. I told you about it earlier. Mm-hmm. And you're probably sitting back going, yeah, okay. But when I write this and I really get the detail into the dialogue, it's going to sound a lot better and look a lot better than just how I just described it with Easter eggs to you earlier. But holy crap, man. I'm creating this with Ken and McLean. A lot of it was their idea. You should have seen them. They were like 2 little kids on Christmas. They came in the store. I'm not lying either. It was the funniest thing. They came in the store and they're standing in front of the counter. And I don't remember who was in store. I think it's when Sam Jones was in store on that Friday night. And they came up to help. Well, they stayed overnight. So Saturday they came back in store. And I'm in there early because we have Mustafa and Ariel coming in that next day. And they're standing there like, hey, can we talk to you? I'm like, yeah. And they're both just, doing this with their hands, and they're all excited. And they start going, okay, here it is. And we were driving from Austin, coming up here, and we got all these ideas, and we really want to do this. And I'm like, oh, slow down. And you start hearing both of them are looking at each other, and they're giving me this whole pitch of this idea of this book. And I'm like, oh my God. Or I start getting the chills on my arm, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So yeah, they're kind of the 2 creators, and I threw in my spin on it, and we're going to roll 3 of my stories in a universe into this final 3-issue that wraps up my whole 4-leaf universe. Not going anywhere, but I like to throw the Easter eggs to my stories in a lot of my stories. So you read The Detour, there's going to be an Easter egg for the ferryman in there. Somewhere in there, you'll find a little Easter egg for them. So I always do that. You're going to see that Until It Sleeps. You're going to see a lot of roll up to finish off some stories that were kind of left open. And this is kind of the reason. We were just waiting for the right moment, and these 2 came up with this idea. And the way we're going to finish this thing off is crazy. So I'm pretty excited about it. You're going to go into 80s horror to John Wick, like vengeance, to all kinds of stuff.
Brittany asked something about that. I don't know. They want to know if there was something we could release at their con in October. Is there anything that's going to be around that time that could be used for that?
Wow.
I mean, I know that's kind of far off to.
Man, maybe Until It Sleeps. Yeah. McLean may have a book too. I've got, and me and McLean have been talking about this. I know, we're launching, in 2 weeks, we're launching our trade paperback for The Forgotten Isle. There it is. There it is right there, Brittany. Oh, Mike Henson. Right, Mike Henson has book 8 of The Disputed Territory. Oh, good Lord. I know the writer of that book too. That's okay.
Now, Michael, that means I'll have to do a cover for book 8.
There it is, Mike.
Yep.
You know what, Brittany? You should get with Mike because, again, you want a good story. You want a good story. You got to jump on Mike's stuff too. It's a Western. I know, and this isn't a PG-13 show, but I love to tease Mike. When Mike first rolled out his book, and he's like, I'm going to buy a Western. And I'm like, nobody reads that shit. But, and I always tease him about that, but where they really do, because we carry his books in store. People come in and we'll push them. We're like, it's a Western. He's got a lot of history in it. And you should see some of their eyes. They're like, man, you don't see a lot of Western stuff out there anymore.
No.
And it's not a Roy Rogers Western, right? It's not going to bore you to death. The writing is really good on it. But you're right. I mean, so he's really taken this story and he's rolling in horror. I mean, every genre you can imagine, he's got in this book. I think I told him at one point, and this was just messing with him, the first time he ever set up in our store, we had a lot of people coming. We had a few people coming in because something canceled, the weather, something canceled. Oh, I think it was COVID, canceled a big get-together at a high school. And we had about 8 artists going to be there. So they all showed up at our store. And it was when we were in the tiny store. So you imagine 8 artists in that little bitty store. we had a line of people, and people would come up, and it was Mike's had issue number 1. He's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, and I'll look at people, and I'll be like, "It's a modern day version of Brokeback Mountain." And the look on Mike's face, he gets so pissed. He just shake his head, but it's really not that. It is not that at all. But anyway, yeah, his books, man, I'm proud of him because I've known Mike a long time. We started in fantasy football, and then this guy's gone through a lot, started his own company, does his own consulting, and then all of a sudden he jumps into writing books and writing comics, wanting to get in the industry, to where then he decides, well, no, hell no, that's not enough. You know what I'm going to do? I don't like Gemini shippers, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to create Comic Shield. I'm going to create a safer way to ship your books. And holy crap, he did that, and that's exploded. So if you're a comic store owner and you haven't checked out Comic Shield, you probably should. Yep. Save you money. The books do not get damaged. And I just see the people like Frankie's and Unknown and Big Time Collectibles and Scott's Collectibles. These guys are ordering like 50,000 of these shippers. There's a reason why.
Hopefully Unknown Comics will start using them.
Yeah, I mean, I know they're in negotiations. I think Mike can talk more on that. I don't know, but I just know, we use them in our store. We ship them out. So even anybody's exclusive. That's the greatest thing. You take it, you just pop it in there. The tabs close over the book.
Which I talked to Mike at this last con in Houston, and I need Mike to send me his email so I can send him the 600 DPI art piece that I want him to put on the cover, because Mike's gonna create some of these boxes for me to use as little mystery boxes with just little things in it, like a signed cover and maybe a signed sketch cover, that kind of thing. So like one of my comp books for one of the books I've done a cover for, and then like an original piece of art in it on a sketch cover, little smaller, mystery boxes. Mm-hmm. And, but it'll have, my logo art on the box. So he's going to do some of those for me too. So
yeah, I was at he did some for McLean. I think you saw him at Cowtown last year, because I remember you walking up going, "What is this?" And you saw McLean's little box on his table with his little dude on it.
Yeah.
That was insane. And he did those. And I had to go drop something off today. I had stickers come in, and I had to go drop them off at Big Time Collectibles. And I walked in that warehouse today, rows and rows of Big Time Collectibles logoed comic shields against the wall. And I was like, oh, my God. And I'm not lying. The guy had like 24 bins of comic shields ready to ship on it. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I love these things, because you put the book in, the tabs go over, you close the lid, throw it in a priority mail envelope, and out the door it goes, man. I mean, he made shipping easy for guys like us that have to ship this stuff.
Yeah, Stephanie, that's fine with me. And I read through your email, and I guess I'm going to ask it here because it's in the email. So I don't think it's necessarily anything to hide or anything, because it's in the email. Was I reading the email correctly? Was that company that you're promoting that's doing this virtual con? All right, two things. And sorry to change subject here, but this is
go. Sure.
Is the virtual con, is it actually a month long? Because most of us don't have a month to be on a live show. So am I reading something wrong on that email? Is it a 1 day event, a 2 day event? Is it a month long and each artist gets assigned a certain day and a certain hour? And the other thing is did I read it correctly that there's a like $25 registration fee from the artist in order to be part of the event? And I'm asking this here because it's all in the email, and it'll be the same email everyone else reads if you link it. So that's why I'm asking you here to kind of, so you can give a little information on it while I'm thinking about it. So those are my two questions. Is it an event that we as artists, creators, etc. have to pay to be on, with it being virtual? And second, is it actually a month-long thing and you just assign the artist what day they're going to be live and what hour, etc.?
That's not a bad idea. And even if it is $25, if you think about if you were to go to a con. I mean, we're spending from $150 to $200 for the table. And and it depends on to me is, hey, if she's got 500 people watching and you're spending $25 to promote yourself, that's gold.
At all. Yeah, but I just want to make sure I'm reading it right.
And apparently she works for the NSA, so she's kind of logged you into it already because she's already going through your phone right now, logged into your disk. She knows everything you're doing.
Well, I mean, I always download a bunch of stuff from the black internet anyway, so dark web.
Yeah.
So I already have tons of that on there. I like getting the FBI worried some days. It's always fun to watch them squirm, especially when they can't figure out how to break back into my phone, and then I reverse hack their shit. But anyway, that's a whole different ballgame. But yeah, so that's what I was wondering. So the $25 is for the virtual artist alley, so you can post your stuff on their wall. Okay, see, that's pretty cool. And then so it's a month long, and then the live panels are available for a week. See, that's what I'm curious about. That's that thing I was wanting to know too. So how does that? What do you mean that the panel is available for a week? I mean.
What I'm thinking is they're probably going to have a week-long panel. You should just get her on here sometime and let her explain to her. She needs to call you and vice versa. So if you want to do a live panel, there's no you just need to coordinate it. See, and I like that because they're promoting artists. I mean, they're probably, you know what, the $25 an artist, again, if they've got 500
I'm not worried about the $25.
I
just want to make sure
that's not bad. Because they're probably going to run some ads and they're going to promote the crud out of you and everybody. So that's not a bad thing, and I like people that do that. So Nebraska, I think Brittany said that in Nebraska, the week of their Comic Con, they're having a parade. I don't know if it's through the cornfields or what, but it could be, right? I mean, we get it there early. We can watch the tractors and stuff go down the road. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, you can post the link here, Stephanie. That's fine. I just want to make sure I was reading that right about the month long, because I was looking at the dates and it was saying that. I was like, how in the world does that work as a month long thing? I mean, because I definitely can't be at something every single day. But if it's like, okay, here's your name and you're going to be here on this day and you're going to be here for this amount of hours, that makes sense. But I just want to ask those two questions. All right, so and then and of course Michael's Kickstarter is going on right now, and he's got the link in here already for that.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be awesome. This trade.
Is there anyone else that does Kickstarters, or is it just you and Mike?
Well, McLean builds most of our Kickstarter. Mike built his. Mike built his. McLean builds mine. McLean did Bill Andrews. He did McLean just helped him work on Gentleman Ninja, which is a really good book. They just came off a successfully funded Kickstarter.
Nice.
Kickstarters are good for guys like us, right, William? I mean, anything, even you. If you come up one time, I mean, you look at Anna. Anna did a very successful Kickstarter on her sketchbook, right? She did an art book. Jeremy Parker has done one that I love. I need to link you to that. It's called Whispers in the Dark. Man, I tried to buy that title from him. I was like, oh my God. That Whispers in the Dark would be an amazing title for a book, and he did. It's an art book.
Just add an S to it. Whispers in the Dark.
I could put a Z on there somewhere. But I love Kickstarters. I'm doing a trade paperback for the Forgotten Isle, my first ever series. I did 4-issue book. We're launching that in 2 weeks. No Kickstarter, but I'm going to be on McLean's show. For the first time ever in like 3 years, he's finally having me on his show. It's going to bring a tear to my eye. But we're only doing 25 trade paperbacks. They're going to be exclusive, and they're only going to be available on his show for $20 each. It's for promoting creativity exclusives on that, all 4 issues. And McLean puts some really cool artwork on the inside of them that I love. So we're pretty excited about that. They're at print right now. Beat you to it, Mike. So they're at print right now, and we'll have those here in a couple of weeks. So, but man, Mike and everybody, Kickstarters are great. I mean, go support it. There's some good ones too. A lot of TNA ones though. There's some weird stuff out there too. You want to go get on Kickstarter if you're bored and you got an hour to kill? Get on Kickstarter, go to comics and graphic novels, and just search the newest, and just start looking down the list and go, what the hell is that? Who would come up with that? And then you'll find some of the weirdest stuff that have funded in 2 days for like $12,000.
Yep.
And I'm over here struggling, going, what the hell? I got $1,000 set on mine. I'm 9 days in, and I've got $50. So, you know.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, there's a reason. And I saw Brittany and them's question. Yeah, I will have you guys on the show eventually, because here soon, because I do want. I haven't had retailers on this show yet, and that is a avenue I do want to talk to, because again, my show's about talking to everyone that has their hand in the comics. So I do want to talk to retailer people at some point. And you as new retailers give one type of perspective, and then I'm eventually going to try to talk to one of these guys who's been doing retail covers for a long time and get their perspective on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's no doubt about it. If you want to do a Kickstarter and it'll automatically just about 9 times out of 10 sell out and sell big, I mean, slap TNA on the covers. I mean, it's a guaranteed sale most of the time. I understand why they do it. I get why they do it. And,
it's a sale. I think McLean and I were going through Kickstarters one day, and we're like, okay, well, that one's got boobs on the cover, and they're covered up, but they've raised $42,000 for a pair of boobs, and like, okay, I guess I need to add boobs on my cover. I
guess we might as well start doing it, because I mean, it's a market that's out there. I mean, don't get me wrong, as a creative person, it sucks. I mean, I guess I need to look at it this way. I know damn well my art sells, and I don't have to crunch on TNA to get it to sell. So I guess I could look at it that way. Y'all's books sell off the stories, so you're not crunching on TNA to try to get it out the door. So I mean, I guess we could always look at it in that sense. Is TNA sales? It's a market that people go after, and why are we not going after money that's on the table?
And it's true, but again, I can. It goes back to that's not something I want to. Hey, I like it. I like TNA. I'm not gonna. But
I mean, I like the way I did my Hardly Thin. I was basing it off 1930s, burlesque style image.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of the classic Betty Page type of stuff.
You need to do a Ladies of the Night cover then.
There you go. And, so that stuff like that, I don't have a problem with at all. Like, if it's done sexy and it's done powerful, I have no issues with it at all. It's just when it gets into that realm where it legitimately looks like a drawn Hustler cover, that's really not what I'm okay with. And again, I don't have anything against porn. It's just I don't get the point of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
We'll get you on that rant. We'll get you on that rant. But
yeah.
No, I'm not into that. I don't have that in my book. I mean, I guess if I wanted to write a porn book, I'd sell 1 million copies. But you want to be known as that kind of writer, or that kind of that's that perv. I mean, that's not me. I mean, maybe a little perv side, but I don't want to add that in. That's just not something I want to put in my books.
A lot of it has to do with my daughters, I'm sure. I can show my daughters the Hardly Thin covers, and they'll love them. The one I did, because it's not drawn distasteful. She's being sexy and she's being beautiful, and and like I said, it's a throwback to those burlesque stuff from the 1930s. And they know that, they get that, they understand that. So that's I think that's the biggest thing for me, is why I won't do the others. I mean, I've turned down a lot of commissions. I've turned down several indie project covers because they wanted, I want to do this image. There's these 2 girls that's in the book, and they're these action heroes, etc. And what I want to do is I want to get you to do them on the cover. And she's laid out on the bed with her legs bent up, and the other girl's laying there between her legs. And I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Go down Michael Pornhub, and you'll be done.
Yeah. That's what it is. You can just take a picture, and then you got tools on your phone now. You can just animate it, and you're done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's people that's already doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Those covers now, like, it's not even being drawn anymore. They're just using that app or whatever it is to convert it into this 3D model looking shit.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't. Yeah. I'm not an artist, right? I'm a graphic designer, right, McLean? No, I'm kidding. I just write. I try. You're sitting there talking real quick, and I know. Is that the name of the band? It is. We're talking about for our group, right? Our fun little group. We need a name for our group. We need to come up with something. And then, you know what, Ken Salinas? I love, and we all do. We love his voodoo's. And I'll pay you, Ken. I will pay you to draw this. He needs to draw us all as a voodoo's doll. You need to have your angry artist hat on as a voodoo's doll. But we're all sitting next to each other, like in front of a Comic Con table, like all 8 to 9 of us, right. and then we get McLean to logo it, whatever we want, a goofy name we want to come up with, and we take that to cons, and it just kind of shows we're kind of a big deal, and then we can all sign it over ourselves. That would be so cool. Yeah, I don't know. I just would like. I mean, how would you like to have that? It's hanging up in your deal, and you're like, oh yeah, there's me and my buddies, right? I think. But I'm looking. I'm like, he makes the voodoo's, right, and you got your angry artist hat on.
I think.
And then Mike, he can put a Comic Shield shirt on him, and just little something. And I'm sure Ken's over there going, I can do that. That'd be fun. Ken, I will pay you to do that.
And then you can put like a little phrase on there, like, "Do you voodoo?"
So there you go. There you go.
Hell yeah!
But,
I think
he's thinking about it now. He's probably cussing me, going, "I don't want to do that." But you'll get paid.
Do you voodoo?
Right? It's like he's doing I saw earlier he posted a commission piece that he's doing voodoo style on Woody and Buzz from Toy Story. It was so badass looking. He posted that earlier.
Going by what Michael just said, that's not a bad idea. Like you could do that where it's all of us on that shirt, that thing. No, you know what? Oh, I'm probably gonna piss some people off right now. I'm gonna blaspheme a little bit. What we could do is the Last Supper setting, and all the people sitting at the tables, the voodoo dolls. Each of us is a voodoo doll. With the reference, there's always room at the table. And that name right there, independent, like it could be the design across the front, and right here it says independently together. Across the back, it could say there's always room at the table.
True. You could do that.
So
you could do that. He's going to have to do it in a print. He's got to put it like on a 11 by 17 print. Look at him. The wheels are turning. He's already thinking, I guarantee it, $100. He's going to start. He's already going to lay pencils tomorrow for it. I mean, he's now they're going to you got to have Mike in there. You got to have William. You got to have McLean. You got to have me. You got to have yourself, Ken. You got to have Sanchez in there. You got to have Cole. You got to have Lisa. So you take that group that we all travel together, and then you put us all on there somehow, and everybody's got to have their own little. I got to be a little bigger like Pooh Bear, though. I guess so.
Yeah, and like I said, across the back, you could do the writing, and I've got someone that can make all the T-shirts if y'all don't have someone for T-shirts. But
if it would look good, it depends, and I'm sure it would. You just got to have that's a shirt we could all wear to a show one time.
Yeah, you could put that saying across the back. Creators truly, like creators supporting creators. Always room at the table, something like that.
Well, that's McLean's company, that CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. That's what that stands for. But no, his CCP is create, promote, and I always forget. Sorry, McLean. It's CCP. So, that's what he does. That's what it's about. It's about promoting each other.
Yeah.
So it's
about walking the damn walk.
Well, that's true.
Because I've seen plenty of people talking this community and this comic unity shit, and all they're doing is the same 3 or 4 people, and then everybody else they don't give 2 shits about.
No, you can't do that.
Nope. You can't do that. So you got to walk the walk. You can't just sit back and say, "Oh, it's all about this," and then you don't ever share, you don't ever like, you don't ever comment, you don't ever cross promote, you don't do nothing. So yeah. But anyway, all right. So.
There it is, Comic Creators Publisher.
Comics Creators CCP. Good gangster. See, he needs to like come dressed out like he's going to like like the Insane Clown Posse costume, and yelling CCP. That's what he needs to do.
Hey, speaking of clowns, I can't show it yet. We can't reveal it. They told us we could, but just like you finished your covers, Ken finished his Ha Ha cover with his Voodoo's.
Oh, nice.
And Ha Ha's about clowns. Oh my God, man! That the Voodoo's with the clown makeup, it's insane looking. And I don't know if you're reading that. I'm a big guy. I love the indie stuff. And Ken actually in McLean got me hooked on Ice Cream Man. I hadn't even read it. I own the store, comic store with them, and then I hadn't even read it yet. So we're all there at the Mortician signing. All of us are there, and Ken's coming up. I don't know if you saw him acting out some of the scenes. It was funny, but he's acting out some of the scenes from issue 1 of Ice Cream Man, and he hands me. We had the image first, the dollar book, in the dollar section. He found it. He's like, you hadn't read it? I'm like, no, I just didn't have time to read it yet. And he handed it to me, and I sat there and read it. And I was like, what the hell? And, man, I'm hooked on it. I bought the trade. You said you're wanting the trade, right?
Yeah, I need the trade.
You need me to get them for you? I'm just going to give them to you. I can order them. It's still available to order right now on Diamond.
Or the trade?
Yeah, the trades are available to order right now.
For Ice Cream Man? Oh, the trade. Oh, gee, I'm sorry. I'm tired, man. You got to overlook me. Okay.
Yeah, volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 and 2 I can get you on trades right now.
Yeah, I need both of those.
Yeah, man, that story. But Ha Ha, we're 3 issues into Ha Ha, and he started telling me about Ha Ha. It had just come out, and he's like, you got to read it. All right, I'll read it. And I read the first one and was absolutely hooked. And then 2 came out. 2 came out, and I was like, good Lord, man. And then what I like, too, is the W. Maxwell's the writer. He puts his big email address on the back page for anybody to email him. I reached out to him already, told him I love the work. The next day, I got an email back from him. For one, I was trying to ask him to come in for an in-store signing or come to the Comic-Con, and he doesn't. He only does signings, and he does not travel. He stays in New York only. But he's a young guy, and, man, Ha Ha, issue 3 just came out this week. That book is crazy, man. Here's the thing.
I haven't read that either.
Every issue is different. It's not about the same person, so it's not a continuous story. I think they'll all roll together sometime then, but there's only going to be 6 issues, and we're at number 3. But if you haven't read that one, that is definitely one to jump on.
All right, cool. Yeah, are they still available? Can you still get number 1? And
second printing's pretty much that number 1. I think is worth like $40 now. Issue number 1. I mean, it's one of those obsolete. First printing of number 1, you're not going to find.
All right, that's okay. I'll wait for the trade on that one. I'm sure they'll put one out.
They will. Yeah, they'll put out a trade.
I haven't read Department of Truth. I haven't read Ha Ha. I haven't read Ice Cream Man. I haven't read any of that. So eventually I'll get to it. But yeah, and hopefully if everything goes good, I should be doing either Ice Cream Man or Something's Killing the Children or something. I hope for B&S Comics. They've got all their stuff done for their Diamond, whatever with Diamond, that paperwork. So they've got all that done. So we should be doing that. And of course, I've got, we announced today that I've got another Hardly Thin cover coming for B&S Comics. And we've got a Red Sonja cover coming for B&S Comics. And I think that's it for those 2 just for the moment. And then I'm laying the ink pencils on, or I'm about to start laying the inks on your cover for the Detour. And then, of course, we'll get to announce, hopefully in the next week or so, we'll get to tease or announce the cover for Department of Truth for Gabe's Cave. I'm just ready to show it. And then, of course, we did the cover reveal today for my Vampirella versus Purgatory #2 for B&S Comics also. So yeah.
Yeah, see, you got a lot going on, man. Okay, so you're talking about Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, they stopped all retailer incentives.
No.
You won't get to do one. After 16, they're done.
Damn.
You can't, and they're on 16 right now. You can't turn one in. They're done. Boom stopped them. So I guess they saw the money. Boom stopped them.
Boom stopped who?
Boom's the publisher. They stopped all retailer variants on that book. So they're going to have to cover A and B from 17 on.
Wow.
There is no more exclusives on Something's Killing the Children.
That's come on, man.
So, hey, boom's always something.
They were already. I mean, they already had a higher price for doing exclusives than anyone else.
Oh, goddamn, they should. Yeah, they sure did.
They were already getting a piece of that.
They're
pie,
not cheap.
So what? Yeah, they were already getting a piece of the pie, way more than. I mean, technically double what everyone else was getting.
Yeah, some triple. Yeah, on whatever. Yeah, sorry, Brittany. Yeah, we heard it too. We were a little upset. So, yeah, there's but that's boom. So and it's sad. I bet they do open it back up later. I think they may open it up because you got some of these Facebook groups that the sales of their books went crazy because of retailer incentives, because of the artwork. And there's a Facebook group called Something is Killing the Children. If you're not part of it, I would definitely go join that group because they will tell you when an exclusive's coming out, and you should see these guys. There's some of these guys, man, they spend thousands on these covers. And they have every cover from 1 to wherever we're at right now. We're at 15. 1 to 15, you're talking 8 covers a deal. They have every cover. And they're spending $200, $300 a cover on some of these that are obsolete.
God, that sucks.
We did that one with David Sanchez. It sold out in 5 minutes online. Frankie sold out of it, and Golden Apple, we partnered with all 3 of them, and it was gone. I mean, like that. And you look now, it's like $180, $200 for that cover if you get it on eBay, which is ridiculous. And but people are, they still message. Do you have any more of these? We're out, man. And okay, well that's fine. I'll buy it on eBay.
I got one thanks to you. And
So
I got one. Yeah, damn. I hate to hear that, man, because that was like one of the main books I wanted to do was that and Ice Cream Man.
Yeah, great story. I've got volume 1 and 2 of the trade here. I'm halfway through volume 1. I got to read it, but I'm loving the story. It's a good story. Mike could be right. He thinks they were struggling to keep up. Think they're needing to reel it back in and go forward with a better plan. Could be because I think that's one of those titles that they didn't think was going to take off, and it was just one of those that just took off all of a sudden. And they're going to have a free comic book day on that one. So watch that one, Brittany. Free comic book day on that book. They're not available to order yet. That'll be the #1 book for free comic book day.
Yeah, definitely want.
It's called Welcome to the House of Slaughter. So we'll order 500 of those probably. Get them in.
Definitely, I want one of those. And that was something else. Now that you mentioned, I was going to ask you about that. Do you guys have any plans to do an in-house thing for free comic book day?
We've never had before because we didn't have the room. This year we do, and we've been asked. So, man, you want to come in? Come on. I would love to have a group of artists come in on free comic book day. Yeah. And you do that. It's going to be in August. So their date this year is in August. I think that'd be great to have about 6 of you guys. We'll get the room and set you up and announce it. So, I think it's the 2nd week of August. So you're coming 2 weeks right after Cowtown's over. You're coming right back. So
yeah, that's right. I don't care.
You made the trip a few times, right?
Yep, I done been a bunch. So yeah, it doesn't bother me. Driving doesn't really bother me. As long as it's like under that 10-hour range, it's not that bad. So.
Hey, Brittany, real quick, did you get your? I shipped them off. Did you get your prints in from Ariel? Let me know if those have come in yet. They should have already arrived. A couple of books you had, and then those Ariel prints.
And all the books for the Mortician and the second print of Don't Pay the Ferryman, all that stuff's all mailed out and gone. All that stuff's done, right? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, everything went out. Hey, I've got about 4 people that haven't sent me their address on Kickstarter for the Mortician, but I can only email them. There's no phone number so much. So
okay, who was it? Any of my followers, and I'll chase them down for you.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember some of them. No, all of the William Russell covers were all filled up. It was a couple of one of the big packages, and then somebody got another cover that hasn't. But there's like 3 or 4 people that haven't sent me a. No, don't worry about that, Brittany. That's on us.
Awesome.
Where are you going, Ken?
Yeah,
You
where
want
you
to hang out?
going? He's got to go draw that Last Supper image.
He's probably got to go watch Star Wars or something, Rebels.
Did you guys watch Godzilla versus Kong yet?
I haven't yet. I hadn't had time. I was going to tonight, and somebody messaged me and said, "Hey, you want to jump on my show? I'm bored."
I don't know who that was,
I don't
but
either.
that's all right. Yeah, it's about 11 here. I'm about to get off myself. I've been up since 5 this morning, and I've been going ever since it. And as soon as I walked through the door from the day, I went live with this. So, but yeah. So again, thank you so much, Chris, for jumping on here with me again.
Oh, I appreciate it. It's fun.
For everybody that came in wanting to see Jimmy Reyes, I apologize. I'll try to find out from him what had happened. Again, I haven't gotten an email saying why he wasn't able to be here. So hopefully nothing bad has happened. But thank you guys so much for coming to the show. Thank you for hanging out and listening to us just ramble. And make sure you guys check out Michael's Kickstarter that's linked there in the comments. His is active right now. It's definitely a cool project. And then, of course, be looking for the upcoming The Detour over the next couple weeks or so. And that one will be going live. But and then, of course, check out Stephanie's link for the virtual con that they do. And also check out Russell's link for his active Kickstarter he's got going right now, which actually I think part of the money or something goes to a really good cause. Forgive me, I don't remember what it was offhand. But you guys make sure you support Russell's Kickstarter too if you're able. But yeah, thank you, Chris, man. I appreciate it so much, brother.
Thanks, buddy. All right, I'm sure I'll be talking to you tomorrow.
Yep, I'll have those inks for you sometime tomorrow for you to check out.
All right, sounds good.
All right, have a good night, man.
I'll see you guys.
See you later, guys. Have a good night.